Hello. So today we will be studying the first chapter of our 12th standard economics subject, that is Introduction to Microeconomics and Macroeconomics. So from the heading itself, we can understand that we will be studying in detail regarding the different concepts which are coming under the two very important branches of economics, that are microeconomics and macroeconomics. So in this chapter we will study the meaning of the term micro and macroeconomics, the features of both, the scope and subject matter of both, and the importances of it. So instead of starting directly with the meaning of microeconomics and macroeconomics, first we will understand the different meanings of the words which we can see in the heading of our topic. So what are the different words which we can see in the heading? So the first very important word which we can see here in the heading is micro. After that, the next word is macro, and the last word which we can see in this heading is economics. Right? So these are three important words which we can see in the heading of our chapter. Okay? So first we will try to understand the meaning of it, and then we will study the different concepts coming under this chapter. Okay? So beginning with economics. So what economics is? To understand the meaning of economics, first we will have to look towards the origin of this word. So when we talk about origin of the term economics, economics is the word which is derived from the Greek word called as oikonomia. Okay? Economics is the word which is derived from the Greek word oikonomia, whose meaning is management of household. Okay? So meaning of the term oikonomia is what? Management of household. Now what management of household is? Now household means family. Okay? So as we know that different families, they have their respective incomes, right? And from that respective incomes, they manage their day-to-day expenditure so as to satisfy their different wants. That is called as management of household. Okay? So this is all regarding the origin of the word economics. Okay? Now we will study the meaning of the term economics, and for that we will first take an example. Okay? So an example, suppose that there is a family X. Okay? Suppose that there is a family X who are having an income of rupees 10,000 per month. Okay? So example, that there is family X who is having an income of rupees 10,000 per month. Now this 10,000 rupees family X is required to spend on different things, or we can say that they're required to spend this 10,000 rupees on satisfying different wants. Okay, so that wants, we can consider it as want A, want B, want C, want D, and etc. Why? Because when we talk about wants, wants are unlimited in nature. Now why I say it unlimited? Because once a particular want is getting satisfied, again a new want is getting arised. Okay, so for that reason we will consider that these all are the different wants of family X on which they are required to spend this income. Okay, so in order to satisfy this all wants, they will have to incur some expenditure. Okay, so for want A, let us consider that family X requires rupees 5,000. Okay, for B they require 4,000. For C they require 3,000, and for D they require 2,000. Okay, so these are the respective amount of money which the family X is required to spend so that they can get their all these wants satisfied, that are want A, want B, want C, want D. So if we make the addition of all these wants, okay, the amount which is to be spent on this wants, it will amount to rupees 14,000. Okay, so in all we will require 14,000 to satisfy all these different types of wants of family X. But here the problem is that they are having only rupees 10,000 with them. Okay, so they are having limited 10,000 rupees with them. So in this case, it is not possible for family X to satisfy all the different wants like want A, B, C and D, because they are having limited income and the expenditure which is required to be made, it's more. So in this case, what family X is required to do is they are required to make a selection. They are required to make a selection from all these different wants. Okay, fine. Why they are required to make a selection? Because they are having limited income and their wants are more, or we can say that they are more in numbers than the actual income which they are having. Okay, so now we will come back to the main concept which we were studying, that is economics. Now when we talk about meaning of economics, economics is nothing but a study. Economics is nothing but a study of how limited resources are utilized for satisfying unlimited wants. Okay, so what economics is? So economics is the study of how limited resources are utilized for satisfying unlimited wants. Now we will make a comparison between the example which we have studied earlier and the meaning of it. So a study of how limited resources, economics is a study of how limited resources. Now your limited resources means the income of family X, that is nothing but rupees 10,000 per month. Okay, so how they are going to utilize in this example, family X, how they are going to utilize this limited resource to satisfy their unlimited wants is studied under the concept of economics. So in this example we can say that the income is less and the expenditure required to be made is more. The same thing as it has happened with family X, it may happen with different individuals, it may happen with different families, or it may happen in a country also. Likewise, individuals may also have unlimited wants, but they might not be having that much income with them to satisfy their different wants. The same might happen with the families and the same with the country. Now if we talk regarding country, as we know that each and every country has its own resources, and that resources are to be utilized in the best possible manner so that the different wants of the population living in that country are satisfied. So how that resources are to be utilized? Okay, how that's in more specific manner, how that scarce resources are to be utilized in a best possible manner so that unlimited wants of the population will be satisfied comes under the study of economics. Okay, so this is all regarding the meaning of economics, where we can conclude that it is a study of how limited resources are utilized for satisfying unlimited wants, just like family X is required to do in this example. Okay, so after this we will study the another two important concepts which are given in the heading, or we will study the two important words again. First one is micro and the next one is macro. Okay, so macro again, it is a word which has been derived from the Greek word called as MIKROS, and macro is derived from Greek word that is MAKROS. So this is the origin of these two words, which are micro and macro. Now if we consider the meaning of these two words, the meaning of word MIKROS is small, and the meaning of the word MAKROS is large. Okay, so micro is the word which is derived from the Greek word called as MIKROS, the meaning of which is small. Macro is the word which is derived from the Greek word called as MAKROS, which means large. So from this meaning we will understand the meaning of microeconomics and macroeconomics. So microeconomics out here means what? Microeconomics is nothing but the study of individual economic study of individual economic variables. Okay, so we have considered the meaning of it, and from that we have derived the actual meaning of the first branch of economics, that is microeconomics. Okay, so microeconomics is what? So microeconomics is the study of individual economic variables. On the other hand, we are having a word macro. Now macro is the word which is derived from the Greek word macros, which means large. Considering the same meaning, macroeconomics means study of large aggregate economic variables. Okay, so large aggregate economic variables are studied under the concept of macroeconomics, and small individual economic variables are studied under the concept of microeconomics. So what actually small individual economic variables means? What actually the meaning of large aggregate economic variables are? So the example of those are small individual economic variables like individual income, individual output, etc. are studied under the concept of microeconomics, and large economic variables like national income, after that total oblique national output are studied in the concept of macroeconomics. Okay, so this is the meaning of the different words which are there given to us in the heading of the topic. So in the next lecture we will be studying the meaning, features of microeconomics and the different parts like scope and subject matter and importances of microeconomics and the same of macroeconomics. Okay, thank you.